Hello, it's Caroline at For the Love of Crochet, and I have lots of sewing to share with you today. So it's Friday. I usually have something crocheted, but this week is nothing but sewing, and I've been holding on to these for a while and just decided, well, there's a lot to share in sewing, so if you want to see what I've been sewing, here we go. On my Instagram feed, I shared a little bit about this rope bowl I've been making. And it is so beautiful. I just love how it's coming out. And you can see my beginning and ending here. This is a patch of fabric. I have taken a beginner, it's like a prerequisite course for beginning rope bowl making at my local sewing shop. She's also coming out with a book in 2025 in spring, and so I'll share that. She's so knowledgeable. So I just love those turtles. And then I used my sewing machine to give these lovely decorative stitches and this decorative stitch. And then here is the back side of it. It's coming out very stunning. My first bowl, I was really sick, and that was the beginning rope bowl. So once you take the beginning rope bowl, you can just make any rope bowl and she'll help you along no matter what you want to make. They have so many, she has created so many cool designs. She made a gnome. I'll show you right here. So right here, she took the rope bowl and made a gnome. Isn't that so cute? So I want to make one of those. But that one requires a little bit of shaping. So I'm going to wait on that one. And this was my second choice. And this is using a fabric piece as a center. Oh, I love that. So this is coming along. I am almost done. This is not going to be a tall bowl. I wanted to make it like a tray to hold things like at a table. So I don't want to go too much higher. And I'm thinking that this is how I wrapped the rope. And this is, of course, the neutral. This is what it looks like unwrapped. It's 100% cotton, and I get it at my local sewing shop. So I'm not sure if I want to have it plain as an edging or have the fabric as the top piece. And I'm unsure if I want to put handles on it or not. So yeah, I'm really loving how this is coming out. So I kind of put a stop because I was at a thinking point, like how far do I want to come up? I'm thinking I want to make another couple rows, so that's why I started wrapping it again. But I really love it. I love how this stitch frames the center so nicely. And the rope bowl package I get at Authorized Vac and Sew. So that is where I'm going, but you can make purses with this rope. You can make all kinds of stuff. And they even got new rope that's colored. So it's cool. I did buy a blue one, of course. Turquoise. Okay, now I think this year's going to be a handmade Christmas. And being that it's going to be handmade, I am making this lovely bag because I loved it so much. I'm just going to show you what I made the small, so I'm just going to give you a reference. So here is the large, here is the medium, and I finished the small right here. Isn't that so pretty? It is huge difference. See the difference? Look how much bigger the large is. And the medium, and then the small. Now the small was really hard to do with the Ferris hardware because you're basically trying to sew this while it's inside, and it was so hard to sew right here. So I ended up having to do some top stitch sewing just to close it because it was so hard to get around the hardware, but I love the hardware. So yes, it is done. Now, this one was really hard. I am not going to do this small again, I don't think, unless I have smaller hardware. This is, I did mess up a little bit, so it was just so tight. It was really hard. These are the Hobby Lobby zippers. It's so cool. And I just did a plain peach inside. So we have that one, and then we have a little zipper here. And I am making these for Christmas. It's going to be handmade Christmas. The medium was a favorite size. The large is great if you are have a lot of stuff to carry. This is perfect for going to the parks, for amusement parks. So cool. Tulip pink. So the only thing left I have to make is I have been crocheting a little hand sanitizer little bag, and I have the perfect one for this one. I'm going to make it in that shape. So there it is. I finished all three. And this is by Sally Tomato. This is the pattern I've been using, and you can see the 3 different sizes there. And what I did is I took the pattern and I printed it, and then I put it in these little page sleeves. I'm gonna buy a binder to where I can put my bag patterns in, and then I'm gonna show you with the small. I bought this I want to say it's like a cutting board you can buy at Dollar Tree. It's very flimsy and flexible, and I decided to turn these into my pattern pieces because I know I'm going to use this pattern a lot. And so I cut out all the pieces and transferred all the information so that no matter how much I use it, it's not going to get flimsy, because currently it's on paper, and I can always reprint the paper. But to save paper and knowing that I'm going to make this again, I decided to cut it out on those. And then, so I have all 3 sizes cut out. So that's going to work out really good. And like I said, I'm just going to print them all out and put them in a nice binder. So that I can just pull it out whenever I need it, and then I can file this away. And if I ever, mess these up, lose them, whatever, I can just always remake them again. So this is going to be put away. So yeah, that's the Ferris Fanny pack, and this bag is named after Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So Sally Tomato names all of her bags after movies, and so yeah, I'm really excited. And they're coming out with hardware that's hot pink. I want to get that. And my local sewing shop is going to stock up on it. So I can't wait to get the hot pink. So they're going to have this in hot pink. The tutorial on that is great. I really love the sewing patterns that come with tutorial. And then this is also becoming a favorite bag. This next sewing bag I made is called Easy Does It, and this is by Annie.com. Made by Annie.com. Yeah, by Annie.com. And it's all the directions are on this one page. However, I believe there's a tutorial for it, but I didn't look at the tutorial for it. So this is the next bag I made. This is a favorite. I made it out of Minky Kim. I will link her channel down below because she has a ton of sewing tutorials of all things like this. Bags, placemats, mugs. What else does she make? This is a fabric I bought from her, and this is a Hobby Lobby zipper. These zippers just go with everything. That's why I recently showed I hauled a bunch of zippers. And then inside is also Minky Kim, and I made sure to bind it on the inside so there's no raw edges, and that's all included in the pattern. And it's just so lovely. I love this bag. It is perfect for all kinds of things. It has so much space in there. And then these handles, so cute. I really, really like this bag and the shape of it, how it stays like a box. It's not gonna smash, you know? It keeps its shape and stands up. So perfect. All of the things that you can put in there. I thought this was a nice shape to make for men. So if I got some manly fabric, and then my sons can put all their razors and utensils and cords, shaving things, appliance little things that they have, earplugs, chargers, whatnot. I thought this would be a nice bag for travel. So, or to keep in their bathrooms and have all their stuff contained. So there we go. That is the next one. This is becoming a favorite. So I think this is going to be the next bag that I am making for Christmas for the guys, because I have nothing but sons and only one daughter. So all those little fanny pack bags aren't going to make it. But I can make those manly too. I just don't know what kind of fabric to buy. I don't know. All right, so there's that. As far as those zippers, this is what they look like. I actually found one at a different Hobby Lobby that's white. And so I'm so glad I found a white one, because I actually wanted a white one and I didn't have any white to go with this one. And I think white would have been better. So that's why I was like, ooh, white, I gotta buy those. So this is the black. Okay. Now there's a huge mess behind me, and I've got a new addition right here. For Mother's Day, I got an embroidery machine. And so I've been playing around with the embroidery machine. And with my local sewing shop, being able to get it close by, they offer me tutorials every month, which I'm so thankful for. So I can get used to using my embroidery machine. And this was the first thing we made. So it has my name on it. So my sewing machine, I'm so happy. I did not do well on cutting the inside or stitching it. I got a little twisted. And so it's a little, but it's fine. It's okay. It was my first time using the machine, so I'm trying to get used to using it. And then it's a cute little bag with a snap, and it has a design in the back. It's so cool. Of course, I had to do my signature color in turquoise. If you're here for my crochet, you know that I'm surrounded by this color. Yeah, so I love it. It's so cute. I just love it. It's for your sewing notions, for your threads, to carry your threads. So I really like it. This is a tutorial by my local sewing shop. And so since I got that embroidery machine, I've been playing around a couple of times. So I tried some of the letters, and I did this butterfly. So pretty. So I'm looking forward to incorporating some embroidery now on my bags, maybe personalizing them. I haven't been able to play with my embroidery machine very much, because getting this new machine, it is quite large and takes up a lot of space. So I had to rearrange my room again, and I had to put in this new desk for the new machine. And then my recliner now is behind me, and it's a little cramped in here. But I'm so thankful I have a sewing machine and an embroidery machine. So nice. And then next up, it's just full of sewing. I recently made a table runner. Now this is one side to fit the season, and this is also part of a club that's being held at my local sewing shop. So they have a Janome club and they have a embroidery club, And so I'm part of 2 clubs, and every month we get to do these sewing projects, and they're projects that you can do within 3 hours. And so this was part of an applique. And so we cut out any shape we wanted. So I just did some flowers, and then I tried to do a heart and stars. And I didn't want it to be like totally 4th of July. I just wanted it to kind of fit into summer. So that's one side, and then here's the other side. So that is what I did, and it's turned out really nice because it's not so bold 4th of July, but it's spring. It screams summer and festive, but not totally 4th of July. And then one thing leads to another, and I pulled out my School of Sewing book, and in here is a tutorial, a pattern for placemats. And I thought, ooh, why don't I try and incorporate those same fabrics that I used on my table runner into these placemats? This is a very, very cool project where I can play around with quilting, binding, and put together some fabrics that will go together, and then I'll have a full place setting nice for summer. These were so easy and so cool. I love this book. It is so good. I was able to finish 3 so far, and I had this fabric of lobsters, and I'm like, yes. So it still fits in. We have all these red, whites, and blues, and these little lobsters are embroidered. And I found this lobster fabric at Hobby Lobby, and it is so cool. I just love these little lobsters, and I just love it, and I think it's gonna fit so perfectly. This was vintage fabric from my stash that I found at a yard sale, and then this was Hobby Lobby fabric, but I didn't have enough of a backing fabric, and to tie it in with my table runner, this fabric is beautiful. It is so pretty. It's so pretty, so pretty. And either side, very beautiful. I didn't have enough of this, so that is why I added an inch onto each side to increase the size a bit, because it wasn't big enough for the dimensions that I had in the pattern. So I love this. This is so cool, and it ties in perfectly with my table runner. So I can't wait to put that on the kitchen table. I finished 3, and then there's really only 3 of us eating during our meal time, but if I ever had company, I didn't have enough for more. I checked to see if I had enough for more, and I did. So I was able to make 6 total, and they're in a couple of different stages here. So 3 are complete. This is the binding, so I've clipped on. So I'm going to hand stitch this side. So that is all I have to do now, is just hand stitch this side. And then these 2, in the pattern it says to finish off your edges, and so I did. So all the edges are finished on this one. Now all I have to do is add binding. But this one is a raw edge. So see the difference? I really like the effect that the finishing the edges do, the overlock stitch. So that is all I have left to do on this one, and then followed by the binding. I think that is all I have sewn up today, and thank you for watching. I know this is a crochet channel, but I just had so much sewing done and I wanted to share it. These are a couple of my favorite bag patterns, and that is one of my favorite sewing books. So they're just coming in so handy, and they'd be perfect for Christmas gifts. And the way that time is flying by, I'm glad I'm starting it now. I do want to share with you how I'm containing my projects, sewing projects. So with crochet, I'm using a lot of bags and baskets to contain my yarn, but with sewing, it's a little different because I want my stuff to lay flat. These at Hobby Lobby, and they are perfect for holding the next project so that they're not getting all messed up and wrinkled. This is a quilt that I have finished. I just need to quilt it now. But I want to use the embroidery machine because my embroidery machine is I can quilt it in the hoop. So I can make super fancy quilting designs with this embroidery machine. And so I want to try it with that. But I have everything ready. The binding, the top is made, and then here's my backing fabric. And so I found these at Hobby Lobby for I think $3.99. I took off the tag, but I'm liking this because I can stack them and I can easily see what's inside, what's the project I want to work on next. So this needs to be the next project I do, hopefully. But I found those at Hobby Lobby. That is it. I shall see you again soon, and I hope you don't mind me sharing my sewing. Let me know if you like sewing too. Bye.